Well, you talk about a Hindu not being on the trust or the boards of Hindu temples. In this particular case, Ashutosh, also the TDP got the amendment passed, which was that it's up to the state's discretion to allow or not allow a non-Muslim on the board of Waqf. And in that case, Rajat, it would be interesting because maybe in Andhra Pradesh it's not going to happen, but in places like, say, Uttar Pradesh, it will happen and will be divisive in that context. 2 minutes.
First of all, it was factually wrong what Ashutosh ji just said. In Tirumala Devasthanam board, there was a Christian who was appointed as a chairman of the board. And there was a huge hue and cry on that appointment. Even till date, recently, there were 18 Christian employees working on the board. So let us not, you have to measure both the instances with the same eye. And the law of the land is supreme. There has been state oversight, and the respective states in several parts of our country have taken what they felt right. Why should the state not completely go away the rights over Hindu temples? The same way that the today's opposition leaders are trying to claim that there should be no state intervention in the management of the Waqf properties. Why are there two different logics? That's the simple question. I have heard for the past 2-3 days every single member of parliament in the opposition. Beyond apocalyptic rhetoric, there is not one legal position that they have come out and criticized the bill on, where they have stood the ground and have only talked about law. I was listening to 15 minutes of Imran Pratapgarhi speaking today, and what was it? Andhi mein chirag, ये सब क्या है? आपको शेरो शायरी करनी है, आप रात में दरवाजा खोलिए अपने बंगलों का, हम भी आके शेरो शायरी करेंगे. लेकिन ये शेरो शायरी का अड्डा मत बनाइए पार्लियामेंट को. आप तर्कों पे बात करिए. आप मुझे 2 तर्क दीजिए जो इस बिल में स्पेसिफिक call out the clauses which are against any of the fundamental rights of the Muslims of this community. और आप मुसलमानों को जाके आप गुमराह कर रहे हैं कि बुलडोजर चलाया जा रहा है. Look at the rhetorical words that have been used by the opposition members of parliament. Aren't they ashamed that they're only trying to create fear psychosis in the minds of Muslims of this country? And let me tell you, last point, what it is being done is deeply dangerous. They are playing and trying to communalize laws when they are passed through the due process. And I want to tell you yet again, it is only about management of Waqf. Waqf is not getting abolished. Why can't they explain this basic thing to the Muslim constituents of our country? Nobody will do that. Let me tell you, no member of parliament is going to step out and say that.
Okay, I'm going to cut across to Ashutosh. Okay, I'm going to cut across to Ashutosh, give him 2 minutes. But Rajat, I'm going to come back, circle back. And the question I'd like to ask you is, if it was more about reform and possibly less or nothing about religion, then when everything concluded in Rajya Sabha, how is it that all the BJP MPs got together and chants of Jai Shri Ram echoed in Parliament? Now, it wasn't supposed to be about religion, was it? But I'll circle back to that question. Ashutosh, there are points that Rajat Sethi has made. 2 minutes, sir. Go ahead.
Preeti, no disrespect to anybody, but it's pure comedy to listen from the BJP that they are working for the welfare of the Muslims in this country. What happened in the parliament election? Who was trying to call them infiltrators? Who were trying to call them that they will Hinduओं का मंगलसूत्र छीन लेंगे? Who was saying this कि Sharia कानून इस देश के अंदर लागू हो जाएगा? And whole world knows, out of 240, there's hardly any Muslim MP. It is not ironical, it's not tragic that all the bill which has been fronted by the BJP, there's not one single member of parliament from the BJP to come out and defend and talk about it. Is it not shameful? The party which is not giving tickets to any Muslim across the board is not talking about the welfare of the Muslims. See, this is so ironical. The Prime Minister has called them infiltrators. Every day in and day out, BJP leaders are abusing left, right, and center. There are n number. I'm not going to quote all of them. And today, suddenly the BJP has become the champion of the welfare of the Muslims. I think this is just for the simple reason because they want to camouflage their hidden agenda, and the hidden agenda is like Love Jihad. They neutralized through Uniform Civil Code as a pilot project in Uttarakhand, where the live-in relationship has to be registered. And that is why they could identify that which Hindu girl is going to have an affair or living in relationship with a Muslim boy. That has to be stopped on a daily basis. You see what is happening in the courts. Similar thing is about the land. And the figure there, 9 lakh. You know what is the 9 lakh? Less than a Goa geography. Less than Goa geography. But 9 lakh acres, something like this. So This hypocrisy has to end in this country. Enough of the hypocrisy in this country, and especially coming from the party which is ruling at the center. It's really sorry. It's very tragic. I have no words to even say about it. That how hypocritical one can be.